Hi, I'm Todd Wente, and this is the Daily 180. 180 seconds of motivation and inspiration intended to help you take action and improve your life. Today is episode 99 of the Daily 180, and I'm talking today about the family facet. I want to share with you a little bit of a conversation that I had with my daughter, and it's kind of an interesting one. We were driving around today. She's been helping around the house a little bit while her mom's been out of town on a business trip. And as we were driving around, I said to her, I feel like I missed a lot when you were growing up. I feel like there were a lot of things that I missed along the way. And she said, like what? And I said, well, I feel like I wasn't always there. She said, well, what do you mean, Dad? And we talked about it a little bit. And I said, I know I was there for your dance recitals. I was there for piano recitals or music recitals when you were doing them. I was there for things that you did that were really important to you. I was there for, any kind of shows that you were involved. In fact, sometimes we were in the shows together. I know that I was there for, birthdays, and I was there for some of those big things, but I feel like I wasn't there enough. I feel like I wasn't there enough. Isn't that the way that it kind of goes for us sometimes? We look at what we're trying to do, especially as we're talking about success, about realization of the worthy ideal. We look at that worthy ideal and we say to ourselves, instead of all the ways that maybe we did right, we see all of those, but instead of seeing those clearly, what we see is the absence of all the other times that we can't remember. I can't remember being there, driving her to her dance recitals, or driving her to her dance workouts, or driving her here or there. I can't remember sitting around the house, just doing nothing, because quite frankly, I didn't do a lot of that. I've had 2 jobs most of the time that my children have been alive. And if I wasn't working 2 jobs, I was working 1 job hard enough that it probably could have been a second job. That's just been the way that our lives have run. But as I talked to my daughter about it, she said, Dad, do you remember watching the one time that we got pizza and we watched Stargate episode, a Stargate SG-1 episode where this happened, blah, 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 blah. And I said, yeah, kind of. And she said, I loved that memory. She says, that's one of my favorite memories. And she said, as I talk to other people, I realize that I have memories of what we did together as a family that I absolutely treasure, that the likes of which other people don't have. Sometimes for me, sometimes when we look at what we do and all we can identify are the ways that we fell short of realizing our worthy ideal, it is valuable and useful to find someone else that can interject a different perspective, especially when it deals with family. And you're trying to get a perspective of where you're at and how well you're doing at manifesting your greatness, at realizing your personal, your worthy ideal. Sometimes it's really valuable to get someone else in the family to give you their perspective on how well you're doing with them and the relationship you're trying to develop. The takeaway today is simply that. Be perhaps a little bit more open to the fact that you aren't seeing the realization of your worthy ideal as clearly as you might if you get someone else's perspective to help fill that in. I hope that's been useful. It was certainly useful for me today. Have a magnificent day. This has been Todd Wente with the Daily 180. Go forth and conquer. We'll see you next time.